everyone, and welcome to Long's Toys. I have a review for you today that is definitely too large to do in my normal review station, so decided to kind of come on this side of the camera and show this off. I just picked this up the other day. It is fantastically massive. It is the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Legacy Power Sword. I can't even keep the whole thing in the frame at the same time. It's coming at you. So as the box will be the first to tell you, that is actual size. And they are not kidding. That is the actual size of the sword. It is massive. I guess it's technically called the Legacy Red Ranger Power Sword, but I think you can tell it was wielded by the Red Ranger, right? It's not very subtle. But it's really... I love this packaging. The toy is very nice. You can see on the back here, have the Red Ranger helmet. Kind of a little silhouette going on there. Most of the Legacy weapons have been in kind of a green packaging with lightning bolts and everything everywhere. And this definitely does have lightning bolts on it, but I'm kind of loving the black packaging with the red lightning bolts. The color scheme just really works. And then you have the gold for the lettering for Power Sword and everything like that. They're not embossed as they have been in previous packaging, but I still think it looks really nice. So, of course, this is a Toys R Us exclusive. Doesn't actually say that anywhere on the packaging, which I'm kind of surprised about. But as far as I know, it is a Toys R Us exclusive because, come on, who else is going to stock this thing? It's massive. It boasts die-cast parts and sounds. It says ages 15 and up. Adult assembly required. I don't think that's true. I don't really know what you have to assemble. And batteries are included, which is nice. So, that's pretty much all I can do to show you the box. So I'm going to kind of put that off to the side. I have obviously already taken out of the packaging because I was playing with it the minute I got it. And, wow. This thing is crazy massive. Look at that. It just keeps going. It just keeps going. It is gigantic. Really nice long handle, which I appreciate. I can easily fit both of my hands on there, as you can see. Taking a look real close at the detail, you can see the coin. And that is on both sides. The speaker is only on this side right here. So I guess this technically would be considered the front, but I mean, all that gold, that's all paint, obviously. There's no stickers or anything. With the Legacy line, there really never is. But the coins are very nice. I mean, they're kind of inlaid in there. They have that kind of pewter brushwork to bring out all the detail and everything. So that's really nice. You have the green here for the kind of jewels and then all this gold. Does take 2 AAA batteries, which would go here and here. You just unscrew these 2 plates and pop the batteries in. On and off switch is on the bottom, right there, as you can see. And I know a lot of people are probably going to ask about the blade. It's definitely like a rubber consistency, but it's certainly not floppy. I mean, you can see I'm holding it. No weight is dragging that down. It's not flimsy by any means. I think there must be some kind of solid piece of plastic on the inside running through, and then this is like kind of how the Dragon Dagger has that little bit of foam around the end. I would say it's about the same consistency as that. So if you really clock someone with this, it would probably hurt because it's definitely not super foamy. It's not like, you know, those pool toys or things like that that you see around. It's certainly a much higher quality foam than that. But it is a softer plastic so that you're not going to kill anyone with this thing. But I mean, you can see all the detail molded in. Really, really nice. Molded into that like foamy plastic. The gold design on the hilt, I think, looks really, really cool. There are 3 buttons, one here, and then another one down here. There are only sounds, there are no lights for this, but I think that kind of makes sense. I mean, sometimes I guess, you know, he would maybe have some lights kind of come out while he's wielding it, but If they tried to put lights in this, it would have to be translucent. I think that would make it look a lot cheaper. And I think it was a good call to not really put lights in the blade and just have it, look like a blade. I think that was a much better call. So go ahead and fire this thing up. Again, just a simple on and off switch here. So you can hear the sounds that it makes. Hitting the button down here. Hitting the buttons up here. So you get a couple random clang sounds. Each button I would say has 2 or 3 different kind of swoosh or clang sounds for the blade. So if you're kind of... And it's not motion activated as far as I can tell. Like, it's not one of those things where like you swoosh it around, my finger just really keeps hitting the buttons. But swooshing it around does not make the sounds. You have to press the buttons. But I don't think that's a problem. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If you hold the button towards the bottom down, you get kind of a powered up sound. So kind of like a special attack or something like that. If you hold the 2 front buttons down, and you have to hold down both, it plays the theme song. Pretty much all of the Legacy toys have played the theme songs up to this point. Actually, I guess the Blade Blaster didn't, unless I'm forgetting something. But in any case, so they throw the theme song in there, which, okay, we've got it plenty of times, but, doesn't hurt anything to have it in there. Obviously, I'm not going to play the whole thing for copyright infringement and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, this is a really nice representation of this sword. I really don't think they could have done a better job. I don't know what I would change. I mean, it's hefty. It's got a weight to it. When you first take it out of the box, it's heavier than you expect. I mean, you get used to it. You can definitely get used to the weight. But it's surprisingly weighty. Like, again, I'm not going to say it's ridiculously heavy, but when you first pull it out of the box, it was definitely heavier than I expected. And I was really impressed with it. I mean, the paint apps, the molding, the coin on both sides. I'm glad they didn't skimp and like only paint one side or something like that. Definitely not a problem there. I'm happy with the foam. I understand it can't be hard plastic. The other thing is, if you're swooshing this around and you would accidentally hit something and it was hard plastic or even metal, you could damage someone else, your other property. You could damage this. There's a lot more potential for breaking something or someone if it was like a metal. I mean, you could never make it metal because that would make it an actual weapon, and they're not going to sell an actual sword weapon at Toys R Us that you could kill someone with. I mean, that's obviously not going to happen. Not that anyone's really looking for that. But if they made it hard plastic, I feel like it would be more brittle. And then if you accidentally, say you're swinging it around, you accidentally hit a wall or something, you're going to leave a mark in that wall or you're going to break this. With the foam, I mean, you could still do some damage if you hit something, but it's going to be a lot more accepting. It's going to be a lot more giving. Like, just hitting my arm with this, I mean, it can be painful if you do it repetitively for a while, but it's not breaking the sword. It's not breaking my arm. So there's safety regulations and things like that that people have to think about. But I think it's a perfect compromise. Honestly, I think the sword looks great while being safe enough to sell it as a toy. I think they really did a good job skating that line. All the molding in that plastic looks great. Like I said, it's not sagging. Weight is not going to make this, over time, gravity is not going to make this fall down, because there's definitely some kind of plastic in the center that's keeping its shape, and then it just has the foam on the outside to be safe. So I love this thing. I think it's fantastic. Like I said, it is a Toys R Us exclusive. They just had a sale Monday and Tuesday where it was already 20% off for, I think it was just those 2 days. But there is a coupon floating around this week for 15% off one item. So I went on Thursday, got the 15% off one item and then got the 10% off for Thursdays with the credit card. So I did pretty well, I think. I also had some reward dollars and stuff. So I think by the time I was done, I got it down to about 100. So it normally retails for 150, 149.99, and I got it down to about 100. So I was pretty happy with that. And I would say it's definitely worth 100 as far as the quality that's going into it. Obviously, I think the only real die-cast metal is probably the coin, if I had to guess. I don't think any other part of this is die-cast metal. I'm trying to think. Maybe the gold on the hilt is, but I really don't think so because it's not cool to the touch, and I feel like it would be cool to the touch if it was metal. So probably the only part that's actually die-cast metal is the coins. But they look good. I really have no complaints about the coins whatsoever. I think they did a great job with that. I have really nothing to complain about. I think they did a phenomenal job. It's a good length. That's always something with roleplay swords that I kind of worry about, is how long they are. And I mean, Japanese roleplay toys, like just for fun, here is the sword from the Ho-Oh blade and shield. You know, and okay, that's a roleplay sword. That's a roleplay sword. Now again, this is meant for a small Japanese child, but that's a ridiculously short sword. So put that back off to the side. This is a proper length sword. Like, that is well done. I mean, I can fit both my hands on the hilt. I'm really just saying the same stuff over and over again at this point, but I was legitimately impressed by this. I really was. I love the length. I love the design, the paint apps, the coin, the die-cast metal for the coin. The sounds are, you know, not super exciting, but I feel like you're not really buying this for the sounds. The fact that it has sounds is like a bonus. I just want a beautiful representation of this sword, and this is it. You really can't ask for anything better. You know, the generic slashing sounds, the powered up sound, the theme song, to me that's all just extra stuff. I don't really need that. I just want a really nice representation of this sword, and this is it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like and share this video, and please subscribe if you haven't already. If you have the means to pick this up, I know it's expensive, but if you have the money and you can find it in stock at a Toys R Us, I don't think you'll be disappointed. If you've always wanted a really nice, well done representation of the Power Sword from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, this is it. You can't ask for anything better, in my opinion. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like and share this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching.